Most men over 60 wear a watch every day without thinking about it. But the watch on your wrist is sending a signal, and for most men that signal is quietly working against them. A watch works in every setting, but only when it's the right watch, worn the right way. Get it wrong, and it cheapens everything above the wrist. Get it right, and it completes the whole picture. Most men over 60 wear the same watch they've had for 15 years, or one that was never quite right. Neither is doing them any favors. Nobody ever told them why. On this channel, classic menswear and practical style for men over 60 who want to look sharp and respected without overcomplicating it. No trends, just what actually works. In this video, 5 watch rules every man over 60 should know. What makes a watch work, what makes it fail, and what to look for. The first rule most men get wrong: watch size. Oversized dials extending past the wrist edge, thick cases sitting too high. Heavy chronographs built for a much younger look. A watch case should fit within the width of your wrist. When too wide, it looks borrowed, like someone else's watch. Instead of completing the outfit, it competes with it. Now here's the part nobody talks about. An oversized watch draws attention to the wrist rather than to the man. After 60, statement rarely works. Intention always does, and this is where most men get it completely wrong. A bigger watch doesn't signal more authority. A slim, well-proportioned watch does, without announcing it. Picture this: sharp sport coat, chinos, everything working. But a large, heavy chronograph on the wrist pulls the eye immediately. The outfit loses its quiet authority. The watch is doing too much. The fix is simple. For most men over 60, 38 millimeters to 42 millimeters is the sweet spot. Above 44 millimeters starts to overwhelm. The case edge should sit within your wrist, not past it. Takeaway: a well-proportioned watch is noticed without being seen. Too large, and it's all anyone notices. And once the size is right, the next rule becomes equally important, and it's one most men have never been taught. This next rule separates a man who wears a watch from a man who wears the right watch. A watch has a formality level, just like every other piece in your outfit. When it doesn't match, the outfit feels off, even if everything else is right. Heavy sports watch under a blazer at dinner, wrong. Formal dress watch with dark denim and a polo, wrong. Not bad watches, just wrong settings. Now here's the part nobody talks about. The watch sits at the junction of shirt cuff and jacket sleeve. When mismatched in formality, that junction looks wrong, and the eye can't ignore it. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. One watch can't do every job. A sports watch at dinner looks careless. The occasion defines the watch, not the other way around. Picture this: a man in a well-fitted navy blazer, pressed chinos, brown leather shoes, a complete, intentional, smart, casual look. But on his wrist is a chunky rubber-strap sports watch with a digital display. The look collapses at the wrist. The fix is straightforward. Think of watches in 3 tiers: dress, slim case, leather strap, simple dial, metal bracelet; smart casual, medium case, leather or metal, clean face; casual, slightly sportier, but never rubber or digital in a dressed setting. Takeaway: match the watch to the occasion the same way you match the shoe. Not which is better, which belongs there. And once occasion matching is understood, the next rule addresses the detail most men overlook entirely. This next one is small, but it changes the entire wrist picture immediately. Most men buy a watch and wear the factory strap forever, but the strap is half the watch. Change it and you effectively have a different watch entirely. A cracked leather strap makes even a quality watch look neglected. A loose metal bracelet rattles and looks sloppy. The strap has a job, and most straps are failing at it. Now here's the part nobody talks about. A quality leather strap in brown or tan does more for the impression than the dial itself. It connects the watch to the shoes, to the belt, the bridge between the watch and everything else. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They spend on the watch and nothing on the strap. A quality leather strap on a modest watch beats a worn factory strap on an expensive one. Picture this. A classic watch, good dial, clean case, but the leather strap is cracked along the edge, the color has faded unevenly, and it sits slightly stiff on the wrist. The watch looks neglected. Now put the same watch on a fresh, well-fitted cognac leather strap. It looks like a completely different and significantly better watch. The fix is simple. Own 2 straps per watch. Brown or cognac leather for smart casual. Black leather or metal bracelet for formal. Swap them. Little cost, transforms the watch entirely. Takeaway. The strap is the most overlooked watch detail. Maintain it, replace when worn. Match to shoes and belt. One habit. Major difference. And once the strap is right, the next rule addresses something most men don't think about until it's too late. This next rule is about what the watch face is actually saying. Here's the rule most men resist: simplicity. A clean, simple dial almost always looks better than a complicated, busy one. The reason is the same as outfits. Clarity signals confidence. A dial crowded with subdials and text reads as noise. A clean dial, time only or time and date, gives the eye what it needs and nothing more. That restraint is what makes it look expensive. Now here's the part nobody talks about. A complicated dial draws attention to the watch. A simple dial draws attention to the man. After 60, the accessory should support your presence, not compete with it. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. Complexity doesn't equal quality. The most coveted pieces from the finest makers are often the simplest. A clean dial isn't basic, it's confident. Picture this. Same outfit, same occasion, one man, crowded dial, multiple subdials, bold numerals. The other, clean cream dial, simple hands, date window. The second man looks more refined immediately, same price range, completely different signal. Ask one question when choosing a watch. Does this dial look clean at arm's length? If you have to look closely to understand it, too complicated. Readable instantly, beautiful quietly. Takeaway. Simplicity in a dial signals the same thing as simplicity in an outfit. Confidence and the quiet authority of a man who doesn't need to announce himself. And once the dial is right, the final rule brings everything together. And it's the one most men skip entirely. This last rule is about what you do with the watch after you buy it. Here's the rule most men treat as optional: maintenance. A scratched crystal, cracked strap, dinged case looks cheap regardless of what the watch cost. Neglect has no price tag. Scratched crystal, dinged case, cracked strap, loose bracelet pins, these are visible. And visible neglect looks cheap. Now here's the part nobody talks about. A maintained, modest watch always beats a neglected, expensive one. Maintenance signals respect for the object and for yourself. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They service the car, maintain the shoes, and ignore the watch. But the watch is on your wrist every day. It needs attention accordingly. Picture this. A quality timepiece, but scratched crystal, cracked strap, case finish worn away. The watch still works, but it no longer looks like it matters. And that is exactly the impression it creates. Wipe the case weekly. Condition leather straps monthly. Replace the crystal when scratched. Service the movement every 5 to 7 years. Small habits. Keep a modest watch looking excellent indefinitely. Takeaway. A maintained watch says you pay attention. A neglected one says the opposite. The investment isn't the purchase, it's the upkeep. And once all 5 rules are in place, the full picture of what a watch should do for a man over 60 becomes completely clear. You don't need a collection. You need 1 or 2 watches that are right, correct size, right occasion, proper strap, clean dial, excellent condition. The ideal watch. Case 38 to 42 millimeter. Clean dial, time only or time and date. Brown, cognac, or black leather strap, or a simple metal bracelet. Nothing loud, nothing complicated, just right. Now here's the part nobody talks about. This description fits watches at every price point. The rules don't change based on budget. Well chosen and maintained always beats expensive and neglected. Silver case works with everything. Gold tone works with warm outfits, navy, camel, brown strap, matches brown shoes and belt. Black strap matches black and charcoal. Simple. Picture this. Smart casual dinner. Navy chinos, white Oxford, camel sport coat. On his wrist, 40 millimeter watch, clean cream dial, slim cognac strap matching his loafers and belt. Everything connects. The watch completes the look without anyone needing to notice it. That is what a watch is supposed to do. Not shout, not announce, just connect, quietly, intentionally. Never the first thing noticed, always part of why the look feels right. Own 1 great everyday watch. Right strap. Maintained consistently, matched to the occasion. Let it work quietly, completing everything else you've built. Takeaway. 5 rules. Right size, right occasion, right strap, clean dial, consistent maintenance. Apply all 5 and the watch stops being something you wear and starts being something that works. The right watch doesn't cost a fortune. It needs to fit, match, be maintained, and be simple enough to let the man wearing it be the most interesting thing in the room. Not loud, not complicated, not neglected, just right. Apply these 5 rules, and you'll never look at the watch on your wrist the same way again. Which of these 5 rules are you breaking? Drop it in the comments, and if you want straight, practical style advice for men who value confidence over trends, subscribe. Next video, 5 belt rules every man over 60 should follow.